This morning I'm styling this gorgeous shirt that I got in the Zara 50% off sale. So I'll stand back and show you this. But this morning I put the shirt on and I thought it looks quite masculine. I'll stand back and explain why. But I was thinking about masculinity this morning. And I want to talk about estrogen because it's all thrown around, isn't it? Now, I've gone through the menopause. And, you know, once you go through the menopause, you've lost your estrogen, you've lost your femininity. And, you know, we need to be regaining this estrogen within us. And I really want to talk about that because I've got something quite profound that I feel is, you know, quite amazing. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So why I'm saying it's masculine, I've seen, you know, sort of like Vogue and Yves Saint Laurent and all of these male fashion shows, catwalks, that the men have got these ties just hanging down. Now, I bought the shirt specifically to tie it up and around the neck like that. But obviously it's a bit hot as well, isn't it? But I do quite like that. It does look like sort of man's sort of, I don't know, it feels quite masculine. And I really like that. I put some white trousers on, my sequin flats and my silver earrings and just a little Primark silver belt. But I really like that. Feels a bit Miami Vice, doesn't it? Woo-hoo-hoo! But yeah, so that's my little outfit of the day. Eyeshadow. I put on my little P. Louise. There's a beautiful lilac. Where is it? There it is. Look, can you see that lovely purpley colour? But I thought that was a bit too much. You know, that way you sort of look like you've been punched in the face. And I've got a bruise. Can you see there's a little bruise there? I was lying in bed the night before last. I was looking at my mobile and I dropped my mobile. And then this massive, great big lump. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Shut up, Samantha. So that one, and then that the purple and the shimmery together like a little combo. So, but that's really pretty, isn't it? And my Stay Out of Trouble H&M lippy. So that's my little look. Yeah, estrogen. So I've been thinking about this because, you know, isn't it thrown around all the time? You know, once you've gone through the menopause, you know, we need to regain that estrogen. Well, I'd like to say, and, you know, I'd be really interested in your point of view because I've never been happier. You know, in fact, I think I wish I'd never had estrogen. You know, before you start your period, you didn't have estrogen. And then once you start your period, the estrogen comes in. And then we turn into emotional gibbering wrecks. I was crying. I've cried from the beginning of my period to the end of my period. And now that I haven't got periods, I'm just regulated. Somebody was crying the other day in front of me and I didn't feel anything. I didn't react. Now, I know that sounds terrible, but I was thinking in my head, I know if I hadn't gone through the menopause, I would have been reacting really differently. I would have been crying as well, but I wasn't. But I feel so much stronger. I sort of feel like I know what it's like to be a man now because I'm not all up and down. And I know that sounds really peculiar. And yeah, I'd like to hear your opinion about this because, yeah, once you go through the menopause, you have this surge of strength, this power that comes, and I believe it's from not having the estrogen, and I certainly don't want to have any estrogen put into me because I really like this newfound sort of strength and power that's come from within me. And I'd be very interested to see what you all think. Anyway, listen, on that note, be bold, be brave, be beautiful. All my love. See you tomorrow. Bye.